Hi everyone, my name is Penny from Penny Reads, and today is my first BookTube video. I am starting this channel today because I love to talk about books with people, and I've enjoyed watching everyone else's BookTube videos, and I just thought it'd be so fun to be able to join in and add my thoughts. So I wanted to first start off by introducing myself and telling you a little bit about me. I, as a child, didn't read. I hated it, couldn't get me to do it. I faked every reading assignment. Get to my mid-20s and I start reading a couple books here and there, not much though. And then I was introduced to Red Rising by Pierce Brown from a friend of mine, and I had no idea books could make me feel like that and get so invested with the characters. And ever since then, I have been hooked. I love reading now. I've read different genres, and I seem to love a little bit of almost everything. So you're gonna see the books that I talk about are not just YA, they're not just like adult fiction or mystery. Like, I will be talking about lots of different styles and genres of books on here, and I hope that you enjoy it, at least some of them. I hope that you might be more willing to give something a try that you normally wouldn't, because I find that every time I do, I'm like, wow, this is really good. I thought I wouldn't like this, but I do. So don't be afraid to try something new. I also read in lots of different media formats. I read physical hard copy books. I read ebooks. I also listen to a lot of books as well. So not all the books I'm going to actually have with me sometimes, because they'll either be ebooks or an audiobook. So I will try to put a little thing up on the screen here to show you what book I'm talking about in those instances. I'll also always link all the books in the description below. So without further ado, let's get into it. My top 5 books of last year. Now, these are not in any particular order, so let's get started. First up, we have King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. Now, this book continues on with the Grishaverse, so if you've read Six of Crows or Shadow and Bone by her, this continues on from the Shadow and Bone, the Grisha trilogy. It follows Nikolai, and what happened to him after Elena was all gone, and how to recover from everything that happened with the Darkling. You get to actually see some characters from the Six of Crows duology as well, so it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed getting back into the whole Grisha world. It was amazing. I'm super excited for the next one. This one will be a duology, so if you haven't checked this one out yet, I would definitely do it if you're already invested in the Grishaverse. If not, I would definitely start back with Shadow and Bone first, and then work your way up to Six Crows, and then finally getting to this one. Next up, Supernova by Marissa Meyer. This book is the third and final book in the Renegades trilogy. This book was so fantastic. It's so hard to explain it because of it being a third book, without giving too much away if you haven't read the rest of them. So in this one, it follows Nova and Adrian trying to keep their secret identities a secret still. I was pretty sure I had one thing that was going to happen in the story, and it did, but it happened so much sooner. I thought it was going to happen at the end, but no, it happened really early on. And so I was really surprised by that, and so it made the actual ending even better, because I didn't see it coming at all. It was super fun and exciting. The action in this book was amazing. I really like it. If you haven't read Renegades, give it a shot. It is awesome. Next up, we have Dark Age by Pierce Brown. And this series is what got me into reading. I was super excited that Pierce Brown has kept going with writing this story. It was originally just meant to be a trilogy. He's actually written 2 more now. This was the 5th book, and there's going to be 1 more that he's currently working on. I'm just loving it. This one follows quite a few different points of view. In the first 3 books, it was just one point of view. It was Darrow the whole time, and they were fantastic. I love them. They got me hooked on reading. I had no idea books could do that to a person and make them feel so deeply about these characters and feel so invested in their lives. So in the last book, Iron Gold, he actually went to 4 points of views. You had Darrow, Lysander, Ephraim, and Lyria. And it was so interesting to be able to see what was happening in different parts of the world at the exact same time and see how the world that Darrow created throughout the Red Rising trilogy had affected the world in the future from different points of view. I really appreciated that. And then this one, he actually added a 5th point of view, and that was Mustang's character, which, one of my favorite characters. She is so strong and powerful, and I just love how smart she is. So fun. Now, this book was called Dark Age for a reason. It definitely, it hurt. It hurt a lot. So be prepared for that if you haven't read this one yet. It does hurt, but I know and I believe that Pierce Brown will do us right with this next one that he's going to be coming out with. Unfortunately, don't have a date for it just yet, but it's going to be fantastic. I know it. Next, we have Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. And this book was so wonderful. I love magic in books. It just brings so much joy because I wish there was magic in our real world, and so I love being able to escape in a world where there is magic. But in this case, there was magic at one point in time, and now the magic is gone. So in Children of Blood and Bone, it follows Zelie around, and in this world, they killed Zelie's mom. Somehow they took away all magic. But now Zelie, under like crazy circumstances, has now taken on this journey to figure out how to bring magic back. The next book, Children of Vengeance and Virtue, just came out. I haven't gotten to read it just yet, but I'm super excited to see what happens with Zelie and the other characters in this story. So definitely one of my best reads of last year. My final book of my top 5 from last year is an audiobook that I listened to. It is Aurora Rising, right there, by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Now, I loved them writing together with the Illuminae series. It was so fantastic and fun. I love the mixed media. Now, this one wasn't mixed media. It was just, regular novel, but they still brought it. It was so fun. So this one is futuristic. It takes place in space. This story follows a group of cadets that just graduated, and Ty, who is meant to be the star pupil of the school, goes out into space and accidentally finds this survivor of, he wasn't sure what, but he found a person and he brings her back, and because of that he actually missed being able to select his squad, and so he ends up with what the school considers like the dregs, and Ty's just got to deal with it. So he gets assigned his first mission, and he goes and he does his mission, but of course things don't go as planned, and they all form a really close bond. I love their personalities and how they clash together, but then they somehow work really well together. It was so fun. I'm super excited for the next book. It's bound to be amazing. So if you haven't read Aurora Rising, I would check it out. It was super fun. If you read Illuminae and you loved it, you definitely would love these ones as well. So check it out. So that is my top 5 for you. I really appreciate anyone that actually watched this. Don't think anyone will, but if you did, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I plan on making another video of books that I'm going to read in 2020 that I should have already read, that I haven't. So I thank you guys for coming and checking out my channel. If you liked it, like it below, subscribe, and I'll be back with more.